Hello students, welcome to e-learning with Divine Public School Navsari. I am Mithas sir. Today we are going to start with our first lecture on the subject economics, and our first chapter in economics is about economics and introduction. Now the word economics, you are familiar with it and you have studied some of the topic in your social science in the 9th and 10th standard, like urbanization, globalization, poverty, unemployment. But here we are going to study in detail and from the basic time how economics came up, what is the meaning of economics, all these things. So in our first lecture today we are going to learn about introduction. We are going to learn about the meaning of economics and economics in the Indian thought. So how Indian thoughts about the economics, all these things we are going to learn today. Now let's see the introduction. Now in introduction, if we talk human beings are the intellectual creatures, and you find that they are able to group and distinguish from the earlier time. In the prehistorical time only you find that humans have started making groups, their community, and they started observing different environments, and this is how they started building. Now you find that for a happy living they started creating different institutions like social, political, economical. Now in the prehistorical time human beings deal with the differences. Now differences here means nothing but a problems. Now to solve certain problems in complexity, what they used to do in the earlier time, they used to do fightings, they used to have battles among the kings. Like if the kings are there, they used to have battles. If the common people are there, they used to have quarrels and disputes among them. So this is how they try to solve their problems, or we can say complexity, regarding one particular want or needs. Now further, as the time passed, or you can say as the time has progressed or they have developed, you find that this civilization has started being also developed with the time to time. Now human beings now able to solve logically the differences and complexity. How? By formulating certain principles which are based on philosophy and science. Now that principle which are based on philosophy and science have given birth or has developed economics, and they started studying about economics as a how human beings are there, how its economic behavior is there, how is money mining is there. So according to that, economics came into the subject. Now further you find that meaning of economics. Now here in meaning of economics we are going to learn the meaning of economics with the two different thoughts. First, as about Indian thought. In Indian thought, economics means nothing but arthashastra, now which is derived from the Sanskrit word where earth means purpose or goal. Now this arthashastra wholly in Sanskrit means science of benefit or purpose in practical life. Now science of benefit, why it is been called science of benefit? First of all, why it is been called a science? Why? Because here science plays important principles. Whenever a subject is called science, because it have certain principles. So here the subject matter of benefit has some principles, and because of that, on the basis of philosophy, in the earlier introduction only we have seen that it is based upon philosophy and science. So their principles are been here, and how a human being lives in his practical life, with what purpose he lives in the practical life, we are going to know. So this is how in Sanskrit Arthashastra means. So it's a study of the different benefits, wealths, needs of a human life in a practical world. Now further, in as a second thought, we can say in the English word economics is derived from Greek word, that is oikonomos. Now oikos means household and nomos means management, household management. We can say economics is nothing but a household management. Now what is household? Household is nothing but a family, a group of people living under one roof is called as household. Or in a broader way, household can be also known as a general public living in one particular country. So this is nothing called as economic. So how this particular group of people is going to be managed is known as what? Economics. So ultimately we can say the management of household is known as what? Economics. Now, so we have the two different meanings. First, as in the Indian terms, Shastra derived from the Sanskrit word, where it means it is a science of benefit and purpose of practical life. Whereas you find that in the second, in English word, economic is been derived from the Greek word that is oikonomos. Now, oikos means household and nomos means management. Where economics wholly it means management of household. So this are the two meanings which you need to remember in a basic concept, general meaning. I hope you have been clear with the meaning. Let's move to the next topic. Economics in the thought, Indian thought. Now, as the history of India you have studied in your social science. Now, our culture has been going on from last 5000 years old, and you find that there are certain Indian philosophies which depicts and which gives us different human life, how humans are living, with the what purpose they are living, and that shows you what is the way of life, how to live a way of a good way of life. This has been known from the history. Now, here there are four Purushastras. Now, Purushastras stands here purpose of human being. What are the four purpose of human being in Indian philosophy? Or what are the interests, or what are the part of a what are the part of purpose of human being living into the world? That is dharma. First is dharma. Dharma means righteousness and duties. He is living for the righteousness, he is living for his duty, he is living for the wisdom, we can say. Second is earth. Earth means purposes, benefit, or wealth. Either we can say a human being is living for having some aim, certain goals, a purpose, like earning wealth, earning name, good fame. All these things is earth. So a person who is living with earth can be there. Sorry. Then after you find that third one is kama. Now, kama means desire. At what desire, like passion you are having, talent you are having, and because of that you are surviving in the world and you are earning your bread. Lastly, moksha. Moksha means here liberation. Liberation is nothing but you find a salvation. You try to go with a saint, you try to go in a spiritual way to attain the Lord. So, this is how these are four Purushastras, or we can say these are the four purpose human beings live in, is given in the Indian philosophy. Now, this philosophy is 5000 years ago old. Now, in that earth, that is purpose, benefit, or wealth, if any activities which are done for attaining some benefit, some wealth, or anything is comes under the matter of economics. So that is based on economics, and that gives the burn to the subject economics. Now, further, we can say any activities done with the purpose of obtaining benefit, certain types of benefit, like what all things you're doing. For example, in a family, father is working, father is doing job or a business. So why he's working? Because to earn a daily bread, because to earn and satisfy the wants of the satisfy the wants of the family members as well as his own wants. So this is called as what? An economic activity. Like suppose, like I am a teacher, so I am working as a profession of teacher, I am teaching children, and lastly the school is giving me some salary on behalf of it for my work. So this is what it is called an economic activity, where I'm earn I have certain purpose in my mind, and for that purpose I'm living, and for that I'm earning money. So that is called as economic activity. Anything which is dealt with some benefit, attaining of benefit, as well as it have some purposes. So that is called economic activity. Now from this we can say again 2500 years ago, the one man that is named Kautilya, or is also known as Chanakya, you're very well known about it. He has discussed in his book Arthashastra the purpose of economic activity, how it has been taken by society. Now let's see the definition which he has given up. According to the Kautilya, the intention of human being is nothing but earth. Means the purpose of human being, a person who is living on this earth, what is the purpose? That is, his purpose is to make wealth. Second, if further you can say, the piece of land which has human settlement is also earth, or we can say it is also wealth. Like a person who takes, or he has one piece of land and he is living on that piece of land, he is making his settlement house on that particular piece of land, so that is also called as wealth and earth. Now the science which is explaining this purpose, what are the principles working for this particular purpose, and what is the utility, or what is the usage, we can say, for the creation of wealth on this earth, is called as what? Economics. So it's a very long definition, but it is a very simple concept, that anything which human beings do, anything what human beings wants to achieve, and that is because of purpose, some intention, and that what the things they have been achieved, that is known as what? Wealth. And the science, the applied principles which is going to explain about this concept of purpose as well as attaining wealth, is called as what? Economics. So this is how economics is all about, to learn how human beings are having purpose to earning their wealth. I hope you are being clear with this today. Now this is an introduction part of this, where you find a brief introduction which is given for you in subject economics. Now you need to write notes from the PPT about this, how what all things you have learned in the PPT. You have to make a separate book so that it can be useful further in the classes. I thank you to listen this, and I hope you will prepare this.